I mean, we talked about like even like when we were going to therapy, and even like how we argue. Like me, like I want to step away for a second. Like if she like, because I feel like there's a lot of times with women don't get mad at me. Like y'all be mad about something and like get all your thoughts together and be think about this shit all day and then bring it to the man and be like, nah, let's talk about this. It's like, wait,
Put it
like,
right on your
damn,
plate. Put it all
like
right
you
on
had
your plate
time
at
to
once.
like get your dissertation together. Let me go ahead and go write my thesis real quick, and then we can revisit this shit because
I think it's a fair fight.
like yeah, like you got all the rebuttals. I'm like, fuck it. so let me get some time away.
What's up, everybody? I'm Lex.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is another episode of Ode to Black Love podcast. Before we get started today, we are here in Dallas at this beautiful Airbnb. It's bomb. Y'all got a game room upstairs. It's 3 stories plus a rooftop. Like, it's a really bomb Airbnb. If you would like to book it, get on Instagram and follow Trendsetter76 and reach out to him for booking. Because this Airbnb is lit. Like, look at this wall. But anyway, now that that's out the way, we do have some very special guests with us today. Actually, Leto was mentioned in the very first episode in our love story, so check out episode 1. But yeah, we have the Cole family with us, and they are here to share their love story, and we're super excited to hear it. How y'all doing today?
Oh man, good. Blessed. We just had some chicken and waffles, so
Yeah.
I'm in my happy place.
Yeah, just ate good. We foodies, so we good.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah, we is. So before we get too far into that,
Right.
let's go ahead and get it out the way. Like, who hollered at who? You know what I'm saying?
Who shot the shot? Yeah, y'all look
Don't
at each other.
act. Don't
Y'all
look at
about
each
to
other.
lie.
Like,
Somebody about to lie.
So just to go back a little bit. So after school, after graduating from college,
Okay, yeah.
I had a couple like job offers or whatever, and honestly, like I was getting out of relationships or whatever, and I honestly didn't want to be close to home, so I like picked a job offer like that was furthest away, which was like St. Louis. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to St. Louis. But I didn't know anybody out there.
Yeah.
So like back in, what was this, 2016? Like I was Mr. Outside. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no responsibilities. So I was out every day, every night or whatever. But this particular night, it was cold. It was like September or something like that. Yeah. I want to say it was like September 23rd or something like that. Or around that time. I'll go out with one of my coworkers or whatever. And at Wheelhouse, right? Yeah. Shout out to Wheelhouse St. Louis. We appreciate the link up.
Yeah.
But so I'm with him, but he like, he moving and grooving too.
Yeah,
he ain't from St. Louis, so he out here trying to do what he do. But he was talking to I would just be candid, some white girls or whatever, and that's just not how like I rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm from North Tulsa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't like even in my
You don't want nothing to do no
wheelhouse.
more.
Exactly. So I'm cool and chilling. I'm chopping it up with people here and there, like just seeing the vibes or whatever. And then I'm like at this little post, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm at like this little I can see like everything or
Yeah,
whatever. I was like,
yeah,
oh, you know when you find a good spot, you know what I'm saying?
Open the whole room.
Yeah, you find a good spot. And found that niche spot. And then Wheelhouse, like, it's not like necessarily a black spot. It's like a melting pot, really.
Yeah.
Like, you get all types of people there, right? So, I see this group of girls come in, they black. So, like, I see black girls as like my like tunnel vision. I gotta see. I gotta I'm like motherfucking Vegeta reading the stats. You know what I'm saying?
Like coming with kind of
So pretty much group of girls walked by and she was the last, right? In the group, So like, I mean, I guess I got to see what was comparatively like. What's that song? I want her. Like, so I was like shit just stopped and she was just walking and shit. And like, you know, I saw a little like it looked like the light just hit her eye at the right moment.
Just
Perfect.
perfect.
Like a glitter and shit.
Yeah.
So she walks up to the bar or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like I could do two things right now. I can go up to her and be like, hey man, what you drinking? You know, and buy her a drink. Or I could let her get her own drink. Cause like, one, I'm a fresh college graduate. So I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Rewind maybe 6 months earlier. I went to Houston after we graduated, just to celebrate graduation.
Yeah.
So like, I'm grown now. I think niggas are supposed to buy girls drinks
I feel like that's
at the
move.
bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I approached a girl in Houston, like, let me buy you a drink. I'm like, what you want to drink? She like, Crown. I'm like, that's no problem.
Yeah.
That motherfucker bill was like $40, nigga, for 2 drinks. And I said, never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
I don't even know you.
But yeah, exactly. So like, anyway, she goes and gets a drink or whatever. I'm like,
so you decided not to buy it?
no, I didn't. No.
Okay.
I did not buy the drink. You know what I'm saying? All right. But here's the thing.
Get it now.
I already had my drink. Like, I call it my courage in the cup. I already had my courage in the cup. You feel me? So she goes, gets her drink, and like her friends are talking to whoever, but she kind of like to herself. So I was like, well, I think this like it was like a little spot, like, you know what I'm saying, in the bar where a nigga could like slither in to say what's up. So, you know, I approached her and she was not fucking with me. I said, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
like,
but I guess to give a little bit more context too, like, I'm an introvert, and these are like not. I'm friends with one girl in the group, so this isn't like my core group of friends. Like, we're just out, and then guys are approaching me, and I'm just like, you know, brushing them off of me. And so when he approached, I mean, that's just my natural reaction.
Yeah.
And so I'll let you continue though.
Oh yeah, so like I was like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm a gentleman, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I have. I guess that is my game. I don't have game. I'm not gonna like spit nothing slick in your ear. I'm just like, hey, how you doing?
Right.
And she was like, hey, like drawing back. I was like, oh, well, you know, just wanted to say what's up, like, like I was like, damn, where I go from here?
For,
like that's my response. I'm like, I'm him. I'm coming from college where I thought I was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like she's giving me no play. So I was like, well, you know, nice to meet you. Do you have like an Instagram or anything like I can follow so we can keep up with each other? So you know, she gave me her Instagram, and I looked. And it said 1908. I said, got her.
She's mine.
I said, fam. She was like, oh, you fam, what's up?
Right
there. You know what I'm saying?
It's familiar.
Yeah. I'm like, she knows, like, because St. Louis is a very dangerous place. You know, shout out to the Lou. No, for real. No, it's a dangerous place. So, like, you know, any niggas that coming up to you, these niggas could be certified, like, killers. Like, no cap. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, well, at least she know, like, you know, she can see my IG, you know, see that nigga got a degree and she can, or whatever. And see that, like, you know, generally I'm not like, you know, just a nigga from around the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hopefully, you know, she like what she sees. So, I think that next morning I went back to Wheelhouse. Because they had a good brunch, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there with the homie I was out before with. I was like, damn, bro, like, when should I hit her to the DMs? I'm like, should I give it a week or like what? You know what I'm saying? So we go back to work or whatever, and I'm still like, dang, bro, when should I hit her? and I think he was like, yeah. I was like, man, probably like 7 days. I should get it a good 6-7 days until like I slide.
Let it breathe.
You know what I'm saying? Let it breathe. Like, I ain't a thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now out in these St. Louis streets dry at this point. You feel me? So hit her about 7 days later. Like, hey, it was nice meeting you the other night. You know, conversation flowed, and you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been there ever since. But also, giving more context, both of us were new to St. Louis. So I moved to work at AT&T in January.
Okay.
And then he moved for his job as well in June, I guess, July.
June.
So we were both new to St. Louis. So, you know, him approaching me and all that stuff is like, I don't know anybody, you know. So.
Yeah. when you first seen him, did he like look good to you? Like, what were your thoughts?
I'm not necessarily somebody that like sees somebody from across the room and be like, you know, I have to have him or anything like that. I'm very big on, you know, getting to know somebody and making sure that they're just good people. Right. When somebody approaches me, I don't necessarily feel like, I don't know. I'm not looking at that kind of stuff. So when I can see his IG, which actually it was kind of genius of him, because I'm like, now that I can see his IG, I can see more like he's accomplished. I can see that he just graduated. I can see where he went to school. I can see everything about him. Yeah. And now I can be like, okay, now I can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Cool. So when he hit you in the DMs, how did you feel? Like, what were you thinking?
So I had been looking at his profile also.
Okay.
Rewind. Before I slid, I like 3 pics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing that was too flattering. I was like,
I'm coming though.
Like,
I'm coming.
It's just that like I'm coming with the grandma in it. Like, no, I like your family. Look, I like your family unit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, like I ain't like you feel me?
Yeah, nothing club grandma like that. Yeah. Okay. You a family woman? Okay, I like that. Yeah.
She hit a nigga back in like 2 pics. I said, okay.
Okay.
She kind of feeling me.
Yeah,
I see you too. Yeah. So go ahead though.
What were you thinking?
But yeah, I was just looking over his profile, and you know, I was like, okay, you know. So whenever he DM'd me, I was like, well, this probably I was in a relationship like maybe half a year prior.
Oh, okay.
So this would have been my first time like dating since then. Mm-hmm. So and my first time dating in St. Louis as well. I'm like, I mean, you know, I'm a big girl now. I got a big girl job. Yeah. This is going to be my first time dating. So I was like, you know, I might as well. He seems like a nice guy.
Right.
And then when we started talking and texting and dating, we just hit it off. Like, we started talking every single day after that.
Yeah.
So y'all just messaged every day after the first day you hit her in the DMs? Or
how did you get the number? You just asked?
Oh, yeah. I said, she said something about going to sleep because I'm like a grandma. She was like, "Oh, Granny's got to go to sleep or whatever." I was like, "Oh shit, here's my number. You know what I'm saying? Use it if you want. You know what I'm saying? You can use this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta like go back on. Like, I'm like back in my heyday, like Instagram, like, or DM at all. If I ever did it, like, I'm like a 3 or 4 message in the DMs, and then like we got to take it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not just living in the DMs.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shot the number, and then I think we was texting, we texted a little bit that night. But I mean, I'm a phone call type of person. Like,
so you're talking?
Yeah.
Are you?
I like talking on the phone to people that I know. So when he called me, it was kind of a little bit of a surprise because I was like, okay, that's kind of nice. Yeah. And I can hear his voice and we can talk instead of like texting.
Just texting.
Yeah.
Because I like to, you know, in dating, I want to hear raw reactions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to like
too much thought.
Too much thought or whatever. It's like, because like now I don't even really know how like we vibe because like everything is like planned. Like, okay, this person said this. Like,
what should I say? Yeah.
So
like that.
and it's like I wasn't about to like text or like just be calling for like 2 weeks. It's like, let's link up tomorrow or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to it. So
how did it transition into like actual dating? I know it was like texting, but like when did you ask to go on a date? Like, was it consistent or was it like, oh, I'm texting her one day, week later I'm texting her again?
Nah, it was consistent. Like,
From jump.
I feel like maybe we texted and talked for a couple of weeks before we went on our first date.
I don't know if it was that long, but shit, I feel like I met you.
Because I had went home.
Oh, yeah, you went home. So, our friends, Jameer and Tierra, like, they had, like, a baby shower or whatever for when their daughter was born, their firstborn.
Okay.
Or whatever. So, like, I was going to her hometown in Kansas City, and like, I was, like, texting her. So, like, I went there, I think the week after I got back.
Yeah, then
or something like that.
Home.
Oh, she went home.
We were it was 2 weekends back to back, and we couldn't meet up.
But yeah, after that, I think what was it, the first or second date where I fucked, the second one. So like the first date, like it was cool. Like we went to, I was like, I was like, we can link up for drinks or something, like, or whatever. Well, I asked her favorite food. Or whatever. She said tacos. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I know this Mexican spot.
Gotcha.
We can slide through. Didn't know Mexican
I bet
spot.
Did
not know. I was going to find one of them motherfuckers. Like,
fires rated one.
Yeah. So like I scooped her. I went and scooped her.
Okay.
And shit, went and scooped her in the big body. I had the gold bins back then. I was like, oh, I'm a style on it because I had just gotten it too. You know what I'm saying? So she was not impressed at all. Cause she don't care about cars to this day. Like she was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, all right.
I'm like, nobody could ever get me with material things.
So what drew y'all together? Like I know y'all were having a good conversation, but what was it about the conversation that felt different or felt like, oh, I can actually date this person since you hadn't been dating in 6 months?
I would say I just felt like we just had natural chemistry. I think we agreed on a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of the same values.
Yeah.
A lot of the same morals. We liked, similar things in a future relationship. So we were just like clicking. Yeah. And we were like making each other laugh. Like he was making me laugh. I was making him laugh. It was just a good time. Ooh. Like there wasn't no red flags, I would say.
Got you.
So how long did it take for y'all to like become, I want to say like exclusive, or like Jordy, I was like, I'm just fucking with them and they just fucking with me?
So Jordyn, well, I mean, she can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think she's the type of person to entertain multiple people at a time. You know what I'm saying? She just like, she ain't got time for all that. Like mental capacity and stuff. Like
take a lot of work.
Yeah, take a lot of work. For me, I was like, shit. The day that I asked her to be my like girlfriend exclusively, I remember the girl I was talking to previously, and still kind of like was talking to a little bit. I had seen her, like we were walking holding hands on whatever street that is downtown in St. Louis. And I see her drive by. I was like, with her friends too. You know what I'm saying? That was like
and
we was all kicking it like maybe 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So she was calling me that night when we was at the bowling alley. I don't know if I told you this. She was like calling me like, hey, where you at? Da 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 da. Whoopty whoop. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess I gotta like let her know. You know what I'm saying? Like and whoever else I was dealing with before. You know what I'm saying? Cause like when we had started dating, I was like going places and like I said, I was Mr. Outside, so I was getting to it quick. You feel me? So like girls I was talking to or whatever, like I'm with Jordyn, I see them out and like I'm like tugging Jordyn this way to hit the quick laugh.
Hey, I saw some over here.
Yeah. So I think the moment I was like we should be exclusive, I was going back for homecoming.
Okay.
It was a couple people that I had like talked to back at school or whatever. And like it was like, yeah, you can come stay with me and like all that other shit or whatever. And we weren't like boyfriend and girlfriend at this point. So I was like, like I've been chopping up with this girl, talking to this girl. We ain't really exclusive, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do her like that. You know what I'm saying? And I asked her, I said, would you mind if I like stayed at the girl spot? And she was like, that'll be strong. You know what I'm saying? But like in my mind as a nigga, I'm like, bro, I'll stay at the homie spot. I'm about to be on the couch. Nigga, no hospitality. A woman at least gonna have a blanket and a nice like fresh towels. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my thought process.
Really, set it up for you.
Yeah, they would have said, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna do right. And we were just talking for a couple of weeks at this point, but I was like, I'm gonna just do right by this girl. You feel me? So
But like I said, we hit it off. So.
Yeah. So how are you feeling? I mean, like, did you feel that instant, like, I mean, you agree with what he said as far as, like, not entertaining nobody else?
Yeah,
like,
for sure. I mean, like, we have been going on dates, like, consistently. And like I said, we were both new to St. Louis, so we were kind of exploring the city together. So we were like, oh, well, I heard this was, free over here. You want to go try this? And we were just just hopping around the city. And we ended up spending like so much time together. Then we ended up spending like time during the week together. And it was just kind of like, all right, this feels real boyfriend, girlfriend, you know.
But I know your Starbucks orders.
Jordyn, with you being in a relationship, how long was that relationship before Leto?
2 years.
Okay, so when you got out, you wasn't like, oh, I want to be on my own.
No, because it was one of them relationships where it was definitely fading. And he had moved to Dallas. and I was living in St. Louis, so we were like, it was fading. Yeah.
Okay. So what happened after you was like, okay, I'm gonna do this girl right, and we're gonna be exclusive?
No, we just, continued to date. I think the second date, I was like freaking out because I was like, we scheduled a date to whatever the arts shit, like with it had like a Ferris wheel on top. That place.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm supposed to pick her up at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? At this point, I'm supposed to, but my phone was like fucking up or whatever.
Okay.
This was like when I was supposed to be going to Kansas City or whatever. So like my camera was fucked up, so I was taking it to the iPhone store to get fixed. So I can like take pictures at the baby shower, right? You know what I'm saying? so I go. I think it's like I leave work at 4:30, go to try to get my shit fixed at the Apple store. Since it was like a warranty exchange phone, when they went to go fix it, it had third-party parts, so the shit completely shut down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, I'm at this mall, at this store, you know what I'm saying, with no phone.
Yeah, can't even call.
I just moved to St. Louis. I don't know where I'm going. I don't
Yeah.
know how to get back home.
I didn't think about that either.
I ain't even got my phone backed up to have her number. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, at this point? So I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, man, let me go to the T-Mobile. So I drive to like where my memory was the T-Mobile is. I go to T-Mobile. They're like, no, we can't do shit for you because like you owe this on like the phone bill. You're gonna have to turn. You're gonna have to pay this whole phone bill. Yeah. Before you, I'm like, I don't have $300 for my family that like them niggas ain't paid their portion on time. I said, no, I pay mine. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, man, we can, do an exchange. You don't get 1 to 2 days. I'm like, 2 days don't work for me because 1, I got this date to go to, and 2, I gotta go to Kansas City tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, it's like.
Long story short, he was 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I didn't get a phone until 8 at Apple. Yeah. Like they was like, I was like, I'm gonna flip this motherfucker around. It was like, hey, sir.
You really said that?
Yeah.
I said, you get a deal.
I was like, all right, now I gotta get ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna flip this. So it's like shit. No, it's like we supposed to go at 7. I think it's 9.
Yeah,
so
it was
like,
about 9. It was probably like 10, and I was at home. Like, first of all, I actually wasn't mad. I was just like, I thought something had happened to him. Okay? I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I could be getting ghosted. But in the front of my mind, I'm like, okay, he could have gotten a bad accident. Anything could have happened. And so I was like, well, I guess I should like go get something to eat,
Yeah.
And so I, got in the car and I was leaving out. And then I saw, I don't know how I ended up seeing this because, like I said, I don't know cars. But I saw the back of his car in front of my apartment building because the apartment building is like enclosed.
Gotcha.
And so, in the front you can see all the guests and visitors and stuff. So I saw like the back of his car and I saw that the car was running and I was like, I feel like that's his car and I haven't talked to him. So I'm like, I mean, he could be out here. Maybe he was trying to get in contact with me. I don't know. And so I left the back of the building and then I just drove past his car and he was outside of his car trying to get in, trying to call me so he could like come
like call the thing.
Because you don't have her number.
I don't have her number. So I was like, fuck it. When I got the phone, I was like, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get back to her spot. You know what I'm saying?
Why
her
didn't
apartment.
You just get on Instagram and DM her?
I was locked out. They was like, I locked out my Instagram. They was like, no, you was just logged in somewhere. I was locked out of everything.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I was locked out of Instagram.
There was no way to contact me.
I didn't have her phone number, so I was like, I'm gonna go to her spot.
So how'd you get back? You do like the name of the apartments?
Memory?
Yeah, La Cortana.
Cortana.
Yeah, Cortana.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember like the shit was like Cortana, but like her shit, like one, I don't think I was ever been into your apartment till that night. But her shit was like in a complete back, but there's like 2 stages you have to do to get into it. So like, and there's a call box. So I was like, man, I'm gonna pull up here, try to get in the call box. It sounds like, fucking stalker shit.
Low-key, like, I'm gonna get in this motherfucker.
It sounds bad. I was like, fuck.
It does sound bad.
I was like,
I don't know which one it is, but I'm like,
but at the same time, he's calling me. I'm pulling up in the front, and I'm like, "Hey," and he's like, "Hey," and he was explaining the whole situation. I'm like, honestly, I'm just glad that you're safe because I thought something had happened to you.
She was like, "It's cool."
Yeah.
She's like, "You hungry?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You trying to go like to Cain's?"
Yeah, I was like, "I was about to go to Cain's. You want to come?" He was like, "Yeah." And that ended up being the date.
Yeah, it was a cool day too.
So did y'all eat in, or y'all took the Canes back to your spot?
Oh, we took the Canes back to her spot.
Yeah.
Some decent Canes. It was. But, hey, you know, them tweets, they be like, niggas always want to be in the girl spot. I walked in, I said, this is nice.
okay, that's how we live it.
Yeah, that's how you live it. Okay, I'm going to stay. I ain't going nowhere.
So did you end up staying? And I just got to ask, did you end up, not staying the night?
Not that night.
Yeah, no. You said you got back.
No, he was like, I'm gonna come back and be doing my laundry. Like he was just like, this being funny.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a lot. I didn't have no washer and dryer in my shit. Like I had to pay like at the little mat, across the way. I was
save my quarters.
Yeah, save my shit. Yeah. I moved in. Shit, I didn't move in. I ain't moved in.
I didn't came through. Here all my clothes. I terminated my lease.
I think this is gonna work out just fine.
Okay, so what happened after the first few dates and y'all became exclusive? Where'd y'all's relationship go after that?
I mean, I was at a mama house, you know what I'm saying?
For
Thanksgiving.
Ooh, so how was that? How was family? How was the family dynamic?
That ended up being like a random. That ended up being a random thing because he was working. He stopped working at his job and then got a different job, but he had to work like over Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And I feel like something happened. You couldn't go home. It was like he was working like the day before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, since Kansas City is so close, I was like, my mom said you can come and get a meal, you know. But then it ended up being like my whole entire family. Like my whole entire family don't usually get together for stuff. But this particular year, everybody decided that they wanted to come to our house for Thanksgiving. So I come home with Leto and everybody's like, nephew. And I'm just like, we just started.
Y'all just spread. Y'all pretty spread.
We've been official for a week at this point. Like 1 week. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So I was like, it wasn't planned out to be like this. I wasn't bringing like my boyfriend home. My mom said he could come.
Yeah. She was like, "No, it's just gonna be my mom and my like younger siblings." I was like, "All right, cool. Should I pull up?" You know what I'm saying? Whole family there.
Yeah. Was it overwhelming for you later, or you was comfortable?
No. I'm
Talk to anybody.
I talk to anybody.
So did your family even know about it? Like,
no,
not really?
Like just my mom.
Just your mom?
Yeah.
And they were still calling him nephew?
Yeah, my cousins be playing. So
okay.
They was like, and he was showing out too, taking out the trash every 2 seconds. And
I bought the mom flowers on arrival. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's the boy. You feel me?
This nigga ain't going nowhere. He invited back.
Yeah. I'm like, every time he took out the trash, my cousin would be like, "Okay, nephew." I'm like, y'all like him.
They did, man. The next Thanksgiving, I think I cooked the mac and cheese.
Oh, they let you cook the mac and cheese?
Come on, man. They over here, who made this mac? You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting back just proud. I'm just sitting back just proud.
I don't know who made that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just something slight. I just do that
Yeah, man. Anytime.
That's funny. So, dang, you met the family quick. Mm-hmm. Jordyn, when did you meet Leto's family?
When did I meet your family? Mm-hmm. I remember I came home. We went to Stillwater.
I don't think you met. Did you meet my family?
I met your mom.
Yeah. No, you have to
meet my mom and my dad. And then I met your dad in passing. Like, you had stopped at the airport to give your dad some money.
Yeah.
And I had met him there. But I cannot remember when that moment was. But we was going to Stillwater. I think it might have been graduation, low key, when I met them in person.
What graduation?
Your sister's maybe?
No, it was 2017's graduation.
Oh, we went down for Juju and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yep.
I feel like that was the first time. Dang.
No.
I'm way later.
I try to introduce, because knowing who she is as a person, just in any setting, I try to like introduce slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know how overwhelming it can be. You know. Yeah. And like I got just different personalities in my family. Like I think, and when she met everybody, she may have met everybody like the same day, but it was like, all right, we going to this house, and then we going to this house, and then I think you met both of my sisters because one of my sisters was over my other sister's house, which wasn't expected.
I think I met literally everybody, like your friends, your family, all in one weekend.
Was it overwhelming for you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terribly overwhelming, but I just prepared myself for them kind of situations. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So was the introductions like? Did y'all feel weird? Or well, obviously you didn't. You said you blended right in, but did you like feel like?
No, I didn't feel too weird. Like Leto's mom is super, super like nice. Affirming, welcoming, and all that stuff. So she was definitely very, very nice, and she's been like that forever.
Yeah, his sisters too. Were they welcoming? Oh, cool. Yeah, some big sisters be like, like my big sisters. I got a little brother. And they be just doing, well, he's married now, but his girlfriends, hi, who is, just stank. Like, why are y'all acting like that? Like,
I think his oldest sister is probably more like that, but she was still nice. Cool, but you can tell she's like, hey.
My little sister gave Alexis a little run for her money.
His little sister was a little asshole. She was, because when I met her, she 15, 16 now, so she was like
10.
7, 8, 10, something. I don't know, Matt. Well, I do know. Anyway, she was just mean to me, y'all. Like, just for no reason. Like, I'm like, why are you so mean, little girl? Now we cool as hell. Like, that's my dog. But I just was like, women sometimes just be so mean for no reason.
Nah. So when y'all realize that, like, I mean, of course y'all started dating, but when y'all realized y'all was getting pretty serious?
Oh, yeah.
So my apartment lease was up in January of 2017.
Okay.
And so when my apartment lease was up, Leto was like, well, why don't you just move in with me? And I was like, we've known each other for like, 4 or 5 months at this point.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I need another lease. Like, I need to have my own space first. But I knew that Leto was like, oh, we could move in together. Yeah. I'm like, I have never lived with anybody, like a significant other, and I don't even know if I want to do that before marriage. So I'm like, I knew that's when Leto was very much
What made
serious.
you extend that? Like, you just wanted her to be around you, or you
it was shit to me. Like, I didn't live with a motherfucker before. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I was like, nah, this shit.
It's normal, yeah.
Come through. Like, it ain't, I mean, because me, I'm like, nothing's permanent. Like, you can always go get your own lease. Like, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think she's very much an independent person. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to depend on anybody for anything or like feel like, she's, I don't know, maybe attached like permanently to like a situation.
Temporary situation.
Yeah. Potentially temporary situation. So I was like, all right, I mean, it ain't no, skin off my chin.
Yeah. So you didn't care. I mean, you was like, I would want you here, but if you're not here, like,
you can be here, like, I mean, I know it's a step down from, like, where Cortana, like, where she was living. Like, mine was, we was kicking it with her friends, and I guess they were reminiscing about, like, when she had first met me. And one of her friends was like, yeah, I heard you ain't have shit in your apartment. I said, damn, she was talking dirty. I said, she was talking dirty on your boy.
She said, who said that? I didn't say not shit.
You ain't never even seen my shit.
I said I had a dining table. Nigga, you don't know niggas that be having dining tables.
Niggas do not be having dining tables.
But it was a
that part of the
over
space
here.
be empty. We got some real shit in there.
I had a dining table, a couch, a TV.
That was
what else do I need?
You didn't have like a coffee table?
Nah.
Didn't need it.
No. The couch was on one end, the TV was on the other.
I got a dining table. Like, why do you need a coffee table for it?
Yeah.
It's shit extra to me. You know what I'm saying?
So you end up finding you a spot, I'm assuming?
Well, real quick, when did you realize you were serious? Because that's when you realized he was serious.
Yeah, I mean, I realized I was serious because we ended up spending like every single day together at one point. So now I'm like, okay, I'm packing a bag to go to his house to go to work, you know, and then he's packing his bag to come over, or I'll pack a bag for like 2 days, or I'll spend the weekend. So it's like, okay, the next time our leases is up, we're going to move into a place together, because now we're paying, 2 different rents and we're essentially living together.
Yeah. And this is all still in St. Louis.
All in St. Louis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So then y'all move in together. So you got your own spot for a year, and then y'all moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a year?
It wasn't. She was trying to get out that apartment. Like, it wasn't like
I
the
didn't
apartment.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to downgrade. I know myself better than that. I tried to downgrade, and it just wasn't it. There was like, I had moved in, and I had saw a roach crawling.
No.
And then Leto was there. He spent the night, and then he was getting his stuff together for work the next day. I had left for work, and he was like, getting my laundry or getting my iron board out the laundry room to iron his clothes, and he was like, it was another bug on your, stuff, and I was like,
Just let you know that's how you living over here.
I invited you to come live.
I
didn't want you in the hood like that.
Listen, my spot had a lake. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been feeding
I was trying to get you out the hood, but
Yeah.
you wasn't.
I'm like, I have never, I did not like that apartment. I was like, I will never downgrade again. Never.
And so when y'all moved in together, do y'all feel like y'all's relationship changed?
Do I feel like it changed? I would say like I don't know. I think we knew that we could do it. Like we could live together. It was comfortable. We didn't have a lot of back and forth or arguments about the space. Like we ended up finding, we had a really nice apartment. It was 2 bedrooms. It was an open concept, kind of like this, and
I had my closet. She had her closet.
We had separate closets. We had like basically separate bathrooms too, because it was 2 bed, 2 bath. So we had like a nice little.
Were y'all the same amount of cleanliness? Like, were you?
I would say, I'm like, we are different types of clean, because Leto is like I need the space tidy, like, so I don't see all of the stuff everywhere, but it will be tidy, but it might be like, crumbs or dust, and he's like, I can't see it. Yeah.
Like, come on,
I'm not like fine tooth. I'm like, all right, the pillow where
it look good.
Like, it ain't shit on the floor, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, but when I'm cleaning, I'm like, she's like, I'm like, we gotta wipe this down, but I'm not like that kind of clean. Like, I don't have to have a super, super tidy space. It just has to be clean.
Yeah,
clean. So,
so y'all didn't run into like any arguments or just any like turmoil once y'all finally like moved in?
Not
like when y'all, this is always interesting to me. Like when me and Alexis moved in together. I'm not even gonna talk about what you think about talking about. Because y'all, Leto, you're pretty social. You know what I'm saying? So was that ever like a thing? Because I'm assuming you still was like moving around doing your thing.
Well, the thing is, it's like, because I was in St. Louis, so it was like I didn't know people like that. So like that was the good part, and I think that's the reason why we were good together. Yeah, is that like all we knew was each other. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we explored St. Louis together. Yeah, we went out together. Like we basically did everything together. We went to the mall on the weekends. Like it wasn't a ton to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like the only like issues that we could have experienced would have been just learning to like communicate with each other, but that's kind of ongoing. Like we still have conversations about communication.
So what issues did y'all have with communication? Is somebody more of an over communicator and somebody's under communicator?
Like, we talked about like even like when we were going to therapy, and even like how we argue. Like me, like I want to step away for a second. Like if she like, because I feel like there's a lot of times with women don't get mad at me. Like, y'all be mad about something and, like, get all your thoughts together and be thinking about this shit all day and then bring it to the man and be like, nah, let's talk about this. It's like, wait.
You
had
time
time to, like, get your dissertation together. Let me go ahead and go write my thesis real quick and then we can revisit this shit. Because
I think it's a fair fight.
Like, like, you got all the rebuttals. I'm like, fuck it. So let me get some time away, and then we can revisit. Because then, like, now my voice is raised. I ain't trying to yell. My voice is raised. Now you're emotional because you feel like I'm yelling, and now you don't like being yelled at, and now it's like now we're not getting it.
We're not even talking about the original thing.
We're not even talking about how I made you feel. Like, you know what I'm saying, and we just have to start getting to like, well, you made me feel this way. Well, I didn't intend to. You know what I'm saying? But
that's healthy communication.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard, though. That's healthy and hard communication.
Leto, is it easy, or was it easy for you to start communicating those feelings? Are you used to that? Like, you made me feel this
I think
way.
getting in front of a therapist helped, I think. Yeah. But I think my past relationships really helped this relationship. Like, I feel like a lot of people I dealt with in the past, like, they may see my relationship now and be like, man, that nigga ain't shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't shit to you. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it wasn't like I was, like, personally not shit. It's just, like, shit that I needed to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect the maturity of today's 27-year-old today me when I was 19 and 20. I was still trying to learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? And stuff I didn't know. You feel me? Like, we both come from homes where there was only like, my dad was in my life, but, you know, only a woman. Like a woman mainly in the household. Like, she had a...
I came from a single parent household.
But she had like a stepfather for a little bit, but I mean... Other than that, like, we haven't seen like a healthy relationship. You know,
so there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, we got to figure that out ourselves.
So I heard you mention like therapy. Like, what made y'all even like go? Was it like premarital, or was it just like
what made y'all before even go? We was engaged, right?
Yeah, I was going to a therapist for a while, and then I would, of course, talk about him. And just communicating with him, and she was like, I wouldn't mind seeing both of y'all for a couple sessions, and we were like, cool. So, you know, we started going like probably once a month or so, and we were going pretty much consistently until we left St. Louis.
So you was down. She's like, you want to go, and you was like,
I was like, fucking.
I mean, I ain't mad.
So you wasn't opposed at all, like?
Nah, man.
That's good.
No, I wasn't opposed at all.
Were you going to your own person?
No.
Before that?
So is this your first experience with?
No,
was that your first experience?
In high school, I got in a lot of fights. So, like, they made me, like, go to therapy.
Okay, so you was familiar with...
Yeah, I was familiar with the process. I was like, my ass, I was like, well, if I don't want to talk, I can go, like, just go into a little game room and play games. That's what they used to let me do in high school. I used to be like, going to the game room. She'll come in and be like, well, trying to talk. I'm like... She want to play fucking Jenga with me and shit and talk about feelings. I'm like, fam, I'm fine. Like, I live in the hood. Niggas try to press me. Like, I have to fight them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. So, I wasn't like, and the therapist was cool.
Yeah,
what's her
we
name,
had
Jasmine?
a cool therapist, Tiffany.
Shout out Tiffany.
Shout out Tiffany.
We love us some therapy. We are promoted all day long because we both go individually, but we started recently just going as a couple. And it was so funny because the therapist was like, well, it doesn't seem like y'all have any big problems. And we like, we trying to keep it that way. That's why we in this motherfucker. Like, we want to just keep it to where we don't have them big old fallouts and stuff.
Yeah, and I wanted to start again when we got here because I was like, we should just have some preventative measures. But I feel like we do have a lot of good tools that we learned early on that we are still implementing. Yeah. So,
because I think the toughest part on our relationship was moving here to Dallas.
Ooh, so how did that? Okay, let's backtrack. Sorry, we getting ahead of ourselves. So y'all moved in together. What year was this?
This was 2018.
18.
Okay, bet. So didn't you propose in 2018 too, or was it 19?
18.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you know that you were ready to propose?
I mean, it was just like. Yeah, I think you get to a point where you're like, well, this is the person that I see myself spending the rest of my life with. We were also talking about moving to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man in me, I wouldn't want her to, like, even just move with me because I'm going to a place that's familiar to me. Yeah, I got like family down here. My sister's down here. I got like 3-4 aunts. Tulsa up the road where she's moving 8 hours away. You know what I'm saying? I want to, provide that security for her. That like I'm not like about to like move down here. I'm gonna go act a fool.
Right. And what made y'all want to come to Dallas anyway?
Just I was supposed to be in St. Louis 6 months. Like my job my company got bought out. Situation got fucked up with my first job out of college, and I was like stuck. You know what I'm saying? So. It was always, I was supposed to work there for 6 months and transition to the Dallas office for my first job.
Got you.
So I was already supposed to be going to Dallas. And then when we met, she was like, I don't plan on staying in St. Louis so long. I want to move to Dallas. And this was before I even said anything about Dallas. So I was like, it aligns, So.
Yeah, we both knew we wanted to get here. I was supposed to work for 18 months, and then I was going to transfer down here to Dallas. So
got you.
It was kind of the same plan. Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of knew you were ready to propose. How did that process go? Did you go ask her mom or dad? Like, how was that planning process of the engagement?
We were home for...
probably Thanksgiving or Christmas or something.
And home is in Kansas City?
Okay.
Kansas City. Well, I proposed November 17th, right? So Thanksgiving is after that.
Yeah, I meant the one before. So we had to have visited sometime, I guess.
We visited. Kansas City was up the road. So, I came down. Her mom, like, I got a room at her mom's house, like my own room.
Okay.
So I came down from my room.
From my own room.
Yeah, I do. Did I not? You know what I'm saying? It's our office now because, you know what I'm saying? But still, like, she had made me like a little room in there.
Oh, because y'all had to sleep separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to sleep
separate. I
separate.
know that feeling.
Yeah, we had to sleep separate, which, like, even, like, now, like, that we able to sleep together, I'm like, bro, go and sleep with your mom. Like, it's hot in here. Like, I want the whole bed to myself.
We still don't be sleeping together.
Yeah, we still don't be sleeping together. I'm like, go to your mom's room. I want this whole bed to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, went downstairs, had a cup of coffees. Told her mom, like, hey, you know, you mind if I, you know, marry your daughter?
So you said, like, you mind. Like, it was kind of more of a question, not like, this what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like, for her mom, it was more of a question. For her dad, I was like, this what I'm doing.
Got you.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you know had y'all had conversations before? Like, were y'all talking about marriage, or is it just kind of?
Yeah, I don't think I knew that it was coming so soon.
Okay.
Like, we knew that we were going to be married. We've been talking about, like, you know, what finances would look like in marriage, what kids would look like, how you want to raise your kids. Like, we've had all of these conversations, so we knew that we were going to get married, but I definitely didn't know that it was coming so soon.
Right.
So when we went to Kansas City and he was proposing, we went to Kansas City and he was like, oh, you know, we're going to do, because it was our anniversary.
Okay.
So he was like, we're going to do like a paint and sip in the park.
Yeah, paint and sip in the park.
This person is facilitating it, but I'm like, we're going to do paint and sip at the park in November in Kansas City. Like, it's cold. So where?
So they had like a little inside thing.
They did, but I was just kind of like.
I created a flyer, a little Eventbrite, little link.
Wow.
Sent her the confirmation.
Skeptical.
Nah, here go the confirmation right here.
He did. But the day of, like, I had got like my makeup done. I had got my nails done before, and so I'm sitting in the makeup chair, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, I don't have like a watch or a bracelet or anything like that. And he was like, I'm gonna go get you a watch right now, which is this watch that that I have on.
What
he
made
was like,
you do
I'm
that
gonna,
just because she said it?
Because he wanted the look to be
like, she's like, I don't have earrings. I'm like, fuck, let me go. Like, we on the, like, Kansas City got something called the Plaza, so she was getting her makeup done. So I was like, damn, let me go buy a watch. I'm like, she breaking my fucking bank. I forgot earrings. I'm like, let me go buy earrings.
He's running around completing like the whole look of everything.
I'm trying to make sure she looks straight for like the pictures and shit, you know. So,
So how was ring shopping? Let's go back just a little bit. Like, did you know what she wanted? How did you know her size? Like, all of that.
Yeah, I think I just, when we was like, shopping, what's your ring? Like, just show you. I did like a long time ago. Like, get the ring size. I just kind of remembered it. And then I was gonna go to Tiffany's or whatever, but they was like not hitting me back. Like, I don't think they thought I was like serious. Yeah, they weren't respecting me.
You gotta make appointments with Tiffany's or something?
You do. They wasn't like hitting me back for the appointment and stuff. Like, I'm like, this is what I want. This is my budget or whatever. Because like we went into Tiffany's and like we saw the cut or whatever. But then I was looking at the Tiffany, I was like, this look kind of small, you know what I'm saying, for what I can afford. But I think it was Labor Day weekend, right? Your birthday, her birthday was coming up. We was going to Vegas or something. Yeah, so we were going to Vegas for her birthday. I was just looking for a birthday gift, like a purse or something, some purse and shoes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the little mall or whatever, at this little shopping center. And then I just go into the jewelry store, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to look. And I saw this ring that I thought she would like. Like, I wasn't planning on buying a ring that day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, how much? And she was like, this. I was like, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is a
easy
spur moment, like to drop a couple racks. You know what I'm saying? A couple racks on a ring or whatever.
So you saw it and you was like, that's
she was rocking with me too. She was like, yeah, man, I can stack this on top of this to make it this price, and like she was black girl. She was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shoot, this the same price I was gonna spend at Tiffany's, but the ring is like bigger. You know what I'm saying? And I think she'll like it way more. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so back to the proposal day. So you really didn't know it was coming up or happening. Were you nervous, Leto, or were you just like, I'm good.
I got a little nervous leading up to it. And I'll be cool, calm, and collected until like everybody like just start hitting me up. Like I said, I gave y'all a point of contact. I gave you a point of contact. Hit the point of contact. Mama, why you calling me? Sister, why you calling me? Why is everybody calling me? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but shit, I was like, shit, ain't nothing really to it but to do it. Pulled up to the park. I mean, granted, like I've never been to this park. You know what I'm saying? So
I think they're learning.
I pull up to the park because I'm like, I'm looking up Stasis. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this got like a nice waterfall. Proposing for the waterfall under construction. A little fountain under construction or whatever. But the videographer, I was like, told the videographer, photographer out in the bushes. Her maid of honor kind of set up like some rose petals and stuff for me. But when we walked up, there was a ring sitting like on like the little stool or whatever, like at the entrance, like a ring. I was like, damn, somebody else getting engaged?
You done stole my shit. This nigga done stole my shit.
I'm like,
who's that?
It was like several proposals going on because even when we were driving past the park, there was like a big old sign that said like "Marry me," and I'm like looking at him like,
"Is that for me? Is that me?"
Yeah. You can think it's you like, like kind of sort of like marry me. I said, damn, somebody over there getting engaged. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Like when we walking in, I'm like. She probably thinking the ring for her. You know what I'm saying? We passed that motherfucker right
Hey, on me, a little diversion. Low-key a diversion.
Yeah, a little low-key.
She probably didn't see what's coming. She see all this other shit.
She's like, I guess I ain't getting engaged. You know what I'm saying?
So did you... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you cry when he proposed?
I did. It was a delayed reaction, though, because I'm like, I was in shock at first. Yeah. And then I had turned to my maid of honor, and I was about to talk to her, and then I just started crying. Like, I just started bawling, and I was like, delayed reaction, but... Yeah, I definitely cried. I couldn't hear what he said. I didn't hear anything that he said.
At least he said something. Yeah. Jeremy didn't say a damn thing.
I told her I ain't saying nothing. I said, "Will you marry me?"
Yeah.
Look, I thought about like having a long speech. I'm like, man, you know the vibes.
Like, Jeremy just got on one day and did like that.
Yeah, I got you a ring. The ring is saying something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I said something, but I didn't say, "Will you marry me?" Though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you said.
It don't matter. I know. I didn't ask, but I think I said something though.
Yeah.
But
I really don't remember.
No, you did. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I said something. Cause I wouldn't. That's awkward.
I think you said,
just like,
"I love you." That's what.
I think I said,
"I love you."
Yeah,
I was like, shit. Like, I don't really know verbatim. I didn't have a speech though.
Yeah,
I was just like, you know. Who cares about the speech? It's just me and you here. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have like a whole bunch of people around at that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So proposed. Took a couple pictures after that. Just me, her, the maid of honor helped a little bit, and then when we went to dinner, just me and her. After to our favorite restaurant. Then after that, pulled up to the Airbnb. I wanted to be a surprise, but like, all you see like
cars
pulling up,
AKA
plates everywhere. I said,
ain't nobody being covert. Ain't nobody covert.
I said that's convention. I can't even convention in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even park in the motherfucking shit because it's all full.
Yeah. She like, I think that's my mom's car.
You know that's my mom's car.
That's my mom's car.
I said y'all don't park around, like, you know what I'm saying? But here y'all are right in front of like a little loft, like just lined up. I'm like, I mean, it is what it is. She don't know everybody that's probably like here, so you know what I'm saying.
No, that was a surprise.
It's still a surprise seeing when you pulling up.
I don't think she knew that like my whole family would be there, friends. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, we set it up. You know, I had tacos catered. You know, so our first date was tacos. So I had tacos catered and shit. You know, so it was cool.
Okay, Ben. So after you proposed, when did y'all move? I guess how long were y'all engaged before y'all got to Dallas?
We were engaged. So engaged in November. We moved to Dallas, and right before your birthday in August. July. Yeah. So we moved in July.
So July 2019.
2019.
Okay, bet. So y'all moved to Dallas, and did you know you wanted a wedding in Dallas? Well, I guess I'm telling y'all a story. But y'all got married. They got married in Dallas, but like, was that like? Because neither one of y'all are from here, so like, is that a conversation?
Yeah, we had went back and forth about what we wanted to do because he originally said destination, but I have like my grandparents, and they were older, and then I have my mom's mom. my other grandma, she's older too, so it's just like I just didn't want to be in a space where like they couldn't come, which I mean, I guess COVID happened, so that wasn't even a thing, but like. So I was like, okay, but if we go to Kansas City, everybody in his family is going to have to travel, which is coming from Tulsa and Louisiana. But then if we go to Tulsa, my family's having to travel to Tulsa. So then it's kind of like you might as well just stay in Dallas, and now I don't have to like.
Yeah.
So when did y'all start like planning it? Cause like y'all planned knowing y'all was gonna move, cause y'all wasn't even here yet.
We took a trip down here and like looked at wedding venues.
Okay.
So y'all knew y'all was moving. He's like, we might as well just do it.
Yeah, we had scheduled like maybe 5 venues in January, and we just went the whole weekend.
So how was that process? Like, was that like was it pretty seamless? Was it tough? Like, how was y'all?
Later, were you involved?
I was very involved.
It was seamless up until a point, but
until like COVID,
because we gave ourselves like 18 months to plan it. So January we came down, looked at the venues. I think we might have decided on one. Yeah. Moved forward with going with them. We set our date for April of 2020. Okay. And then we were just planning,
Gotcha.
Little by little from then on.
Yeah.
And I think we had to put like half down or something like that.
Yeah. Like we won't half. I said, huh?
Yeah.
So did y'all pay for y'all's own wedding?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Relatable. Yeah.
No. So. Hey, good for y'all. Good for us.
Right.
Yeah. Little setback, but it's cool.
Right. Little shit.
We paid for a wedding and bought a house like in the same month.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, so bounce back. No,
still trying.
Okay. Cash app in the bio. No.
So did y'all just like? I know y'all had to go through all of the COVID and stuff, but like, did y'all have like a wedding planner that kind of took care of most things for y'all, or was it just like y'all went to the T's and T's?
Yeah,
everything?
We planned everything.
Everything. That's what's up.
Honestly, though, like our wedding was just. It was other stuff going on outside of just COVID because we had like planners that were supposed to come in like 60 days out from the wedding. Okay.
I heard them.
If y'all listening.
But 60 days out from the wedding, we were supposed to have the planners come in, and they're twins, so they like 2 people they're gonna take care of everything, and then they dropped out like 30 days before the wedding. So I literally had to look on Instagram and look for a wedding planner that was
like the day of coordinator. Yeah.
Like that was not as.
Why did they drop out? COVID?
Who knows?
Oh,
who knows? But
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I ended up finding a planner, and she ended up being like great. And she ended up pulling it all together. Like we had all of the pieces. But she pulled it together for us and just executed the day.
Yes.
She was great.
Day of coordinators, they are a necessity. Like ours fell through. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say necessity because we made it.
We figured it out, but it would have went a lot smoother
if we had.
We ended up not even eating at our shit. And that's because she, like everything kind of went out the window.
And it wasn't her fault. Like, we're not mad at her. No. Like, it was some came up that we understand. Cool. But it just was like, oh, shit. But the thing is, in a moment, we didn't even know. They're like, y'all got to do the garter and all that.
The cake cutting.
Okay. Y'all got to cut y'all's cake. Oh, yeah, okay. Like, we had nobody to keep
But we had good photographers. They kind of took over for us. But... So how was the wedding? We there now.
Well, no, before we got to the wedding, I wanted to ask, did y'all ever argue about any components of the wedding? Like, or was y'all style the same and y'all just both wanted the same thing?
I feel like the only one that I definitely remember, and it wasn't really like a bad argument, but so we put out the announcements or the save the dates first, which was like really like elegant. We were dressed up and all that stuff, and we put that out. And then we were going to put out the invitations, but I'm like, okay, traditionally, the invitation is like formal. It's no pictures. It's just the words. It's what to do. And Leto's like, no, I want more pictures of us. And I'm like, we can't just have like pictures of us just everywhere. I'm like, it's so like over the top, but we ended up doing it anyway.
Really?
He was like, we can do whatever we want. And then everybody else, when I was asking, they're like, you can do whatever you want.
Like, especially when you're paying for it.
Yeah. Okay.
When you're paying for it, you're going to take whatever order you get. You might get to say the day second.
Facts. I'm designing them myself. You know what I'm saying? So I designed it myself. You know what I'm saying?
We designed everything ourselves. We came up with all the drinks and kind of planned out with the florist, everything that we wanted. We pretty much designed the whole
hands
thing.
on the whole wedding.
That's
I think
good.
the only thing is like trying to incorporate both, I guess cultures or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask about that,
Like, so, like, of course, I'm, like, Nigerian, so, like, we had that part, then, like, my mom's from New Orleans, so she, like, really wanted, like, something incorporated. That's how, like, why we came in with, like, a band.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And stuff like that, so it was just, like, and her, like, changing, like, into traditional clothes and stuff like that. It was just...
Yeah, and what that looks like.
And I'm like, you ain't got to wear everything. You ain't got to wear the head wrap. Just you wear, you know what I'm saying?
What
you want. Like, we ain't got to do, like, there was, like, pressures from, like, my Nigerian side of the family to do, like, certain, like, ceremonies. And then I was like, Daddy, I'll tell them I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you have any pushback with doing any of the Nigerian or just any of the other culture, or you were just like, okay, fine.
No, I know it was important to him, so I'm like, let's do it. I just didn't want to, like, I don't know. I just didn't want it to end up being like anything that, number one, cost us more money, and number two, anything that was going to take up too much time. Because when we were trying to do the other ceremonies and stuff, I'm like, well, maybe we could do it like the day before. So that was probably the hardest part of trying to figure it out. But as far as like the clothing and everything like that, I think I had my LS as a designer. So I had her kind of tailor some of the pieces, because when I did get it, it was like, whew, okay.
This ain't
we gotta make it work.
It came from like Nigeria, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like, and it took
That's
forever
dope.
to get in,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
dope.
Like, because it's COVID,
Yeah.
it was like a fuck up in the shipping and stuff like that. So
it came like kind of close to the wedding. So his aunt like tailored the skirt. I think my LS tailored the shirt. And added some like mesh to it and all that stuff. So but it ended up looking really good. So
I mean, I agree, it was really nice. So let's talk about, I guess, COVID and how that impacted the wedding planning. Because did y'all have to push y'all's date back at all? Like, how was that?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, we had to push it back from April to August.
Okay.
Really, it was just like, we can push it back to a whole nother year, but we don't know if COVID will still be going on. And of course, it's still going on. You know what I'm saying? We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary and we still, in COVID. You feel me? So it was like, we just, let's see. And we kind of hit, maybe, it wasn't the sweetest of spots, but like we kind of hit a sweet spot where like shit was like opening back up a little bit.
Yeah, the cases had gone down, everything was opening back up. But to add a little bit more context, our venue was telling us like, you can only do it a year from the original date. So we were stuck.
So you had a date anyway.
So we had to either be like from between that, our original date to that next April is only when we could have it. Then want a winter wedding. Then want to push it back to the whole of the next year. So we just seen like our vendors, what date they had open, and that's how we pretty much chose it.
And we were just hoping and praying that everything would get worked out. But
I mean, we and they was like, and the thing, we can only do 25% capacity. Like, we can only invite enough people, like, where the wedding would be at 25% capacity. Granted, our venue, like, fit like 800.
I was saying, did y'all have to cut down the list, or was it just
we cut down the list from original. Like, our original list was like 350, and then, like, we got the quotes, and we was like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we maybe could have probably invited a little bit more people, but if, like, we were at more capacity, but we was like right at 200.
That's good.
And then I think the list dwindled anyway, just because of COVID. Like people didn't feel comfortable,
people's like,
which is totally understandable.
A lot of my family, because I had family I was gonna fly in from Nigeria and stuff like that. But they just couldn't make it because flights wasn't going on.
So how did y'all enjoy the wedding? Like, how was that for y'all?
The wedding was fun.
The actual wedding day.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We made sure we had like hotel rooms at a kind of a staple here in Dallas called the Omni Hotel. So we had like these big old suites, and like he had a suite, I had a suite, and all of my bridesmaids stayed, and his groomsmen, and we just were like kind of kicking it at the hotel, and then we went to the venue, and then we kicked it some more, and then the whole night.
The night before we like kicked it tough. Like everybody
the night
like
before
came
we
to
invited
the
people over to the suites.
We was just kicking it or whatever. Everybody was like drinking and kicking it. You know what I'm saying? That next morning, of course, like, you know, she does her hair and makeup. I had like a barber fly in from St. Louis and cut us up, you know, cut everybody up. I was like, ain't nobody about to be without a fade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, it was a cool time. We were just chilling, shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't really.
I think we planned it. I give ourselves props because I think we planned it pretty well enough where it was kind of seamless the day of. I don't remember any hiccups.
It was a hiccup with the liquor. Because they called and was like, there's no tequila.
Yeah, they lost all of our tequila.
Yeah, they lost all of our
tequila. So y'all
tequila.
didn't have tequila at y'all wedding?
No, we did. I went and got some.
So we gonna have that.
Yeah. I went and got some. I had some time. I was like, shit, I ain't doing that. I'll run a liquor store.
So did they ever find it?
No.
Did y'all get your money back?
No, this is like, I paid for the liquor like out of my pocket.
Yeah,
like,
we were able to provide the liquor. So they lost the liquor that we provided. And so we had to go get some more. But, you know.
But at that point, you spending so much money, it is what it is.
Oh my gosh, you was like, fuck it. Like,
the next day, my card declined. Like, it was like, you have no more money. It was like,
I remember that.
Oh my god.
I was opening up some checks, like, bro, I done drained all we got, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we went so far over at that last minute. Something I can't even think back, but I was like looking at the count, like, how is you leaving with this amount of money? Like, you know, and do what we want to do. Like, we were about to leave town, literally.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, I mean, we was faded. We told the story before, but we was drunk. I just went home, started opening up gifts and shit.
Yeah.
Like, signing checks, like, bro.
I'm like, boy, them
we
cash
left
apps,
town
bro,
fast.
came through. I was like,
cash apps.
Like, we straight.
Like, boom. I was like, bro, I need you to deposit that for me. Just take it. I already signed everything. Just take it to the bank, and they're going to take it.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
Ooh,
That's how we made it.
Yeah.
That's how we made it, like, to be comfortable.
Yeah.
It would have been all right, but you know what I'm saying?
It's
different.
It's
Yeah,
so much
different.
money. Like,
Yeah, you don't realize how much you just, like you said at the last minute, you're like, oh, we missing this? All right. What I'm going to do? Not pay for it?
Right.
It's like, like, it's been budgeted for. But so how's it been, like, being married? Like, we always say it was different when we went home that night, but, like, how was it, like, just being married now? Like, do y'all feel like y'all dynamic exactly the same as before, or do y'all feel, you know, has something changed since y'all made it official, you know?
I think as far as, like, we're just, you know, continuously learning ourselves, and I think we're in a good groove now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I feel like I heard somebody say this is like, as long as, like, you know, if you're waking up in the mindset and, like, what can I do to make my partner happy? You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, you'll be all right.
Yeah, focusing on
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if that's just making her coffee or, like, making the bed or, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, you know, just being supportive where you can be supportive. Because we don't, like, have traditional gender roles or anything like that. It's not like...
We do not.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, she don't cut the grass or nothing like that. Like, and I probably won't be cutting it, you know, now too, because Javier, boy, did your thing, man. Javier Vasquez lawn service, hit him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, we both can do the same things. We both work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like an effort. It's like a partnership, a true partnership.
Yeah. And just learning how everything just fits for us because. Like we mentioned earlier, you know, we didn't come from marriage households. So I'm like, even like growing up for me, I'm like, my mom didn't necessarily instill in me like the just traditional gender role in general. So I'm like, even when the conversation of like making plates be coming up, I'm like, I didn't even know that was a
annual
thing.
conversation.
Yeah.
So I guess I was curious about that earlier when I mentioned it. So both of y'all come from, like, you say y'all had single parent households. I was curious, like, what made y'all, like, seek out marriage? Like, was it even, like, you know, because I know a lot of people don't even seek out marriage because it's, like, not a...
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think neither of us
sought it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I didn't
sought
ever
marriage.
imagine, like, my wedding day and, like, what it would look like and, like, being married and being a wife and being a mom because my mom, you know, raised me and it was just her for a little bit, and even when she was married, she was the breadwinner, so it's always like I was looking to my mom for everything. So I'm like, my whole life has just been like my mom kind of instilling in me like learn how to take care of yourself, you know, not necessarily learn how to be a wife. So that's what I'm like, you know, when you talk about making plates, I'm like, you know, make a plate. Like,
why
it's not.
I be wanting my
not
plate made, though. You know?
It feel good.
I feel like he had a more
good.
traditional household.
Oh yeah,
His
like I
mom,
never had to like make a. Well, I never really had. I'm the youngest one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't even allowed like in the kitchen, like be in the pots. So somebody was making my plate. Then the other half of my family is Nigerian. Like men don't even go into the kitchen, like you know what I'm saying. As far, like traditionally, like if we go over like my aunt's house or anything like that, it's like I'm being served. You know what I'm saying? So, like the first Thanksgiving when she ain't make my plate, I was like confused.
I was like, and I don't even. I hope it wasn't offensive, but I was just like, it wasn't even like something that we grew up doing. It just wasn't.
These women that ain't from the South, I don't know about them.
So do you make plates now?
Yeah.
I'll make a plate, definitely, but it's more so because
she's just cringy. She's like,
I don't.
A little piece of her dies inside every plate she makes. She loses a piece of herself.
I don't agree. I do not agree.
But I'll make her plate.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But I guess it's also too like when I was growing up, like we sat at the dinner table. So my mom like made like the food and put it in like serving dishes and then put it on the table.
We ain't have a dinner table.
With the food on the table. Like, nah, it's
we
like,
got a little
go in the kitchen and get your plate.
Little stove.
Yeah.
No.
Pass me the gravy.
My stepdad used to sit at the head. My mom was next to him. I would be across. Wow. And we would be talking about our days. We talk a lot. You only child? I have a younger brother and sister. Okay. But I was the only child till 8. So I'm like
a big gap.
Yeah, so I'm like we talked at the dinner table. It was past the potatoes, past the chicken, whatever. Yeah. So I'm like it wasn't like a make your plate type of household.
Yeah. So do y'all sit at a dinner table now?
No. Sit on the couch in front of the TV. Some days we'll like sit at our dining table. Like
it's occasional.
It's it's just because niggas just ain't got nothing good to watch on TV. So we'll just sit there and watch TikToks.
Yeah.
So what do roles look like in y'all's relationship? I know y'all said y'all don't really have specific roles, but like I guess how does the dishes and just some of that stuff look day to day?
Yeah. At one point I had said, I was going to try to do the traditional gender roles and I wanted, I would do the cleaning and all that stuff. Leto's a better cook than me, so I appreciate when he helps me out in the kitchen.
Don't what? I didn't say shit.
He's like, I understand. Look.
He's a better cook than me, so I appreciate when he gets in the kitchen and stuff like that. But I'm like, the inside, I can say it could be mine, and then the outside could be Leto's. But then it's like, I also just appreciate acts of service. So if he were to be like, I'm going to clean up the dishes, that's just something that I feel like should be a part of just your day to day. Like if you see that the dishes are dirty, put them away. Right. You don't have to necessarily wait for me.
So you saw them motherfuckers too, didn't you? So why didn't you put them up? Sometimes I do play that game. I'm like, nah, she see these hoes too. Like,
but I guess it's like if I have to do it like every single day, and then you're just watching them pile up, or you see that they're there, it's like you can step in and do it. Like it shouldn't be me every single time. That's just how I feel. I'm like, it's both of our households. So. But I'm not a big fan of taking out the trash. And I'm not a big fan of cutting the grass. Yeah. So that's pretty much. So you typically
do wash the dishes and stuff, or later it's about 50-50?
It's about 50-50.
Dishwasher. It's just loaded.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we fit.
It's just the fact of doing it.
It ain't nothing that like. I mean, I hate like touching dirty dishes. So like,
Alexis would not put them joints up. Alexis will wash dishes all day.
I can't.
But she won't put them up.
I hate that.
I hate the whole process of dishes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like she hate like serving plates. Like I hate. I hate doing dishes. Like, I hate that man. But like I be doing it. Like. I'm like, man, she better know I love her. Like, I hate even like touching a little motherfucking little pie, a little Tide pie to put in the.
Really? You hate that?
He hate every bit of the process.
It's just you know how you don't like the consistency of sauces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the consistency.
Sauces, like you don't like sauce?
You don't eat sauce.
Oh, Dre
don't eat condiments.
His sister.
No, I do not.
What? I'm a sauce person. Okay, I do got a question. So you mentioned you acts of service. So y'all know each other's love languages? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's yours, Leto?
Mine is look. This is the part I'm gonna start lying. Look,
be honest.
Mine is I like. Of course, I feel like every man likes physical touch. What else I like? Gift giving.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Mine are
quality time,
acts of service.
Yeah.
A little gift giving sprinkled in.
Yeah. That's about the same. I'm words of affirmation and probably physical touch.
Yeah. I'm more of her acts of service, quality
time.
time.
Yeah. So I guess
I just want to be around you, and if you do something nice for me,
that would be nice.
like damn, baby.
Yeah, I feel like acts of service is just consideration. You know,
that's really
being considerate.
It's I mean, I feel, and I guess like when it be your thing, you be like, oh, it's just more thoughtful. But everybody's stuff is different.
Yeah.
So like if you came in and like, you know, picked up and put my shoes in my closet or something like that, I like, damn, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just really nice to me. But then at the same time, like gifts, I don't give a damn about. But gifts can be very thoughtful too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about what it is, because like you don't gotta buy me nothing.
And how people like gifts. Like early on in our relationship, like when she was like doing gifts, it was like very, very thoughtful gifts. You know what I'm saying? It was like, no, I really thought this through to get you this. Yeah. And I'm like, I just want shoes. like, don't put no thought into that. Like, give me some shoes.
Gift card.
You did too much. I want the stuff. I want the stuff. I want the stuff.
That's all. Like, you keep that. You know what I'm saying?
That's cute. That's, put on the refrigerator.
That's a Tuesday gift. Like, when it comes to something big, give me some shoes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
So what y'all got going on now? So that kind of, I guess, brings us to where we are today. I know y'all bought a house. Y'all mentioned buying a house. So how was that process?
It was in the middle of COVID, right? So like, I mean, we saw a couple of houses or whatever, and here and there, it was like, okay, this is the price range. This is not. Yeah. I feel like after that first one that we kind of liked and we got outbid, it's like, all right. It's like, tell me what you want.
What I gotta do to get in this thing? That's for real. You started going way over your budget.
But that's when all those riots were happening. So it was like a lot of riots downtown Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It's people maybe a couple blocks from here. Yeah. People's breaking into all these stores in Deep Ellum. We didn't live too far. We didn't live too far from here at that time. And you had to like show like proof that you live downtown to even get downtown. You had to like have like 5 fucking like little police stops to even get in and out of downtown. Bring a
utility bill or something.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, I gotta come through with freedom papers. That's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I didn't feel comfortable like having that many interactions with the police.
Yeah, right.
Even like walking our dog, I like gotta go through like people like, what are you doing that police? What are you doing down here? I'm like, fam, I live right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? So I think that accelerated the process because we still have 2 months on our lease.
Yeah, I was like, we can sleep in the house with no beds and nothing. We can just be here.
So like,
I'm ready to get out of here.
We found a home. I think we were able to get into it because nobody was in it. Like it was just like I think they just renovated. Somebody bought it to renovate to sell or whatever. And shit, I'm pretty sure they wanted to sell it for more, but it was COVID and they couldn't really look at the inside like. The people, what is it called when they
the appraisers?
Appraisals. They can only appraise it comparatively to the other houses around it, and not even go in the inside because it was COVID.
Wow.
So like it probably would have appraised for more because they completely redid the inside for not completely 60%. Redid the inside, so it probably would have appraised for more, but like. The price is the price. You know what I'm saying? The price today is not today's price. Is not yesterday's price. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So we offer what we offer. I think like before it really even got on the market, it was like cool.
I don't know if you ever get more excited than getting an offer accepted.
Yeah.
Because you just sit there and wait. It's like you enter like a raffle. And you just wait and you like.
So,
hopefully I didn't overpay. I wonder how low I could have went.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was like, because after the first one where we like offered lower than what they was asking, the house, I said, give them what they want.
Yeah. Like, give them what they want.
Especially when you living like real uncomfortable, you didn't like your situation.
Yeah, they want this.
Do all of that. You kind of
give them this. We'll negotiate some other shit on the back end. You know what I'm saying? But like, as far as his asking price, we'll give them that, and we'll figure out the rest later. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I don't regret it. We got in at a good time. I know people personally that are like paying 30, 40 over.
Yeah, I would say it's a killer right now. All the Cali folks coming down.
So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, only thing I don't regret it, but they gonna our taxes increased, like mortgage increased because the taxes increased. And I said, I'll call them, what's up? They're like, well, your house appraised for like $50K more. I said, it's the same house I moved into.
What are you
talking about?
Nothing different.
They was like, well, the price of home living in Texas went up, so your taxes went up. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
None of that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can only imagine because it spiked so much. Like ours has been going up, but not like the spike that y'all's gonna go up. Like that would be just your mortgage probably came back the next year. And you like what?
Yeah. Like, I'm like,
it's not even close. Did y'all make a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all make a mistake? Because it probably wasn't even close.
It's not. So I mean, I'm not opposed to like selling our house and like if her mom would have us. We used to stack some bread for like 2 years. We'll help out with bills around her house. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Work from home.
Wait, is your mom in Dallas?
Nah.
My mom's in Kansas City.
Okay, so you would move back.
Yeah, I would.
Just talking.
I'm just talking. I'm dead ass.
She probably wouldn't go for it. They probably too buddy. She probably like,
listen,
too buddy.
Her mom's cool, but I'm like, shoot, I mean, her siblings out the house now. They in college, so you know, so
room for y'all, huh?
Yeah, plenty. Yeah. So
okay. So that really brings us to kind of where we are now in 2021. So what y'all got going on right now? Like, what y'all been up to?
So for me, personally, God's blessed both of us like recent promotions at work and stuff like that. Yeah. So like, I think that's going well, and I'm really about to dive. I'm like on my last real estate course, so I'm gonna really dive into that at the end of the year and like beginning of the year, trying to like get real estate off the ground. In the Dallas Metroplex area. So
when you said real estate, like investing in
no,
it?
So like being a real estate agent.
Oh, okay, I see.
Once I build enough capital, physical capital, because I just want to go into it with my own money. I'll get into investing and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing is to get our debt cleared. You know what I'm saying? Like generate enough income to kill all student loan debt. You know what I'm saying? Credit card debt. Whatever debt that's on the record, because at that point, you know what I'm saying, we could probably get like another house, you know what I'm saying, a rental property, and we could like start building generational wealth. But there has to be something in a stake in the road to like, you know what I'm saying, where we can accelerate this process. You know what I'm saying? If I can run up, you know, $100K real quick, you know what I'm saying, to knock out shit.
A little boost.
You know what I'm saying? A little boost, you know what I'm saying? It sounds easier than what it really is, but I mean, we got a plan, you know what I'm saying? And as long as we stick to it, you feel me? Yeah. And then of course, you know, kids and shit might probably come soon. Yeah.
Well, I'm like, I think like...
Not like songs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pulling out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
She's like, I didn't know that.
I'm just kidding.
But I think when we first moved to Dallas, it was such a change for us because in St. Louis, it was so... just us two and exploring. So when we got to Dallas, it was like a lot of hustle and bustle. And I was telling him yesterday, I'm like, everybody here has like a side hustle and like things that they're doing. So I think we felt a little bit of just like, we got to go and we got to move and move and move. But I feel like we're now in a space where we're like, okay, what do we need to do in our home? Like, how do we need to prepare for the future? How do we need to prepare for kids? You know, financially, where we want to be. And now we're, like, kind of focused on getting that all set up so that we can move forward in the future and, like, you know, accomplish all of our dreams and goals and aspirations and stuff.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, do y'all have any advice for any couples who may be, like, in a relationship away from family, kind of like y'all were, or just any relationship advice for young couples that y'all think will help them or that helped y'all?
For me, I would say it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff and like... when I hear from single people and like the issues that they going through, it's like, fam, it's not that deep.
Right. You're not gonna skate that.
Yeah, like that's like nothing. Like what you tripping on him for or what you tripping on her for is not that deep or serious. You know what I'm saying? Just talk, communicate, talk. Like tell the person your wants and your needs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they don't like respond to that and they disregard them, then you know what I'm saying, that's your choice to like move away from that situation because they obviously don't care. But if you don't communicate those needs, you don't even give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? So that would be, it's not that deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree 100% because I believe communication is like the number one thing that we've worked on, and I feel like we're getting pretty good at now. And just, I mean, I guess you kind of said this, but definitely pick your battles. But also just like the way that you respond to things too makes a huge difference. Yes. Because it's like, if you're talking to me in a way that I don't appreciate, I'll just tell him like, I don't really like the way that you're talking to me. And he's like, well, I didn't even know that I was doing that. You know, sometimes it just be as simple as that conversation. So
I'm like, you're being mean.
And then I have to be like, all the time, why are you being mean to me?
Everything okay? Like at home? Like, let me know.
It's like, it wasn't even, we wasn't even trying to have that big argument. We was just, miscommunicating. So.
Well, yeah, no, that's some good advice. I mean, I think everybody can agree that communication thing is something that's just always ongoing. Like, communication will change from, I know when we first got together, the expectation was something. Now the expectations are something. So it's just something that's forever evolving in relationships.
Especially as you grow, especially being together as young people and stuff. Like me and Alexis definitely we totally different people. I wouldn't allow the me that when we first together to even be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so different. You changed so much.
Calm down.
You changed so much. So.
I ain't that bad. No.
So it's like you change so much. It's like you change with your partner.
I
guess they always say you gotta choose to grow together than to grow apart. When you get married young, like y'all gonna grow. So either you gonna choose to grow together or grow apart.
This is the person that you choose to do this with.
Right.
And that's the important thing. Is like you gotta choose. Like when you're marrying somebody, it's like you don't choose to marry them because of the great times. I feel for me, it's like I choose to be with you through the tough times. You know what I'm saying? Through the times where, you know what I'm saying, we're not agreeing and stuff. I'd rather do this with you. You know what I'm saying, than anybody else. And I feel like that's important as a man, at least, you know what I'm saying, realization to come to before, stepping out on that ledge.
Absolutely, I agree. Because I feel like there are moments in marriage, or just in relationships where it's like, you love your partner to death, but like you just don't like them. Like in that moment or for a little bit, and I know me and Jeremy go through that. Like I really can't stand this dude. Like where I'll be really like, dude, what is wrong with him? But then it's the next day, it's like, oh man, that's my dog. Like oh man, so relationships. No, but for real.
See what I be dealing with, y'all? I don't know what I'm getting when I wake up.
They gotta walk on edge, man.
You still mad?
Hell no, you got me mixed up. Because it's the same with you. Don't even start. Anyway, this ain't even our episode. We appreciate y'all for being on, man. No, for real.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Of course.
Really appreciate it.
No,
but platform.
Thank you. Y'all taking the time to be with us today is really dope. Like I said, Jeremy and I were talking about doing the trip to Dallas. Well, I don't even know if I said this, but we're talking about doing the trip to Dallas to record these episodes, and we were thinking of like, who could we have on? And y'all were one of the first people we thought about. I'm like, man, I really want to see if Leto and Jordy would want to be on. Because like I said, me and Leto went to college together, so I knew Leto, but I didn't know his wife. And so I was like, she seemed cool as hell, but like, I don't know. And so we definitely appreciate y'all for just agreeing to do this with us and sharing y'all's love story and the things that y'all been through. Truly appreciate it. That said, I guess we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms.
At Ode to Black Love.
Go ahead, baby.
At Ode to Black Love. We got the merch at OdeToBlackLove.com. OdeToBlackLove.com. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. If y'all need to get in touch with us, info@OdeToBlackLove.com. Other than that, I think we good.
Okay, we'll let that ride.
Peace.